NoDQ.com.
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 NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ video, episode number 951 here on the YouTube channel. This is the shorter YouTube version. Head over to NoDQ.com to watch the full-length version. I will also have a link in the description box to check out the video. If you go on that page, you can also leave a comment at the bottom. There is a comments section. I'm responding to as many comments as possible. You can leave a comment, you can leave a question, and I will answer the question there on the page. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com this weekend for WWE Payback coverage. We got the latest news, we got the final card, predictions, and various other news items. NoDQ.com has you covered for all that. With that being said, let's get down to your questions. First one today comes from Sean. Can you imagine if Paul Heyman turned on Lesnar and then Strowman became Heyman's next client? I actually really like this idea. If Brock Lesnar is only going to be around for another year, I would like to see Paul Heyman at some point turn on Lesnar and go with a new client, with Paul Heyman being the typical slime ball, only in it for business reasons. He abandons his long-term client, Brock Lesnar, for the younger, bigger monster. I think it would be a great storyline, and for Brock Lesnar to go out as a babyface and fight Heyman's new beast. I like that idea a lot. I definitely think WWE should do that. Paul Heyman, he's a natural heel, and it would make sense for Heyman's character to abandon Lesnar at any sign of weakness, that maybe Lesnar is getting too old or whatever. I think it would just be a great story. So I would definitely do that if I was WWE. This one comes from DJ Whitty. Yo Aaron, why doesn't WWE let Brock Lesnar talk more? The Heath Slater "I don't give an F about your kids" promo was great. 2 words. Paul freaking Heyman. Heyman does such a tremendous job selling Brock Lesnar matches that there's no need for Lesnar to talk. Less is more. Lesnar can talk, but there's no need for him to talk, and he's never really been known as a great talker. Heyman does the job, and Lesnar's work in the ring speaks for itself. Now, some might say that the one negative to having Heyman turn on Lesnar is Heyman would no longer be speaking for Lesnar. But the thing is, you have to look at it this way. If Heyman left Lesnar, in all likelihood, it would be Heyman's new guy versus Lesnar. So you would still have Heyman cutting promos to build up Brock Lesnar matches. So that would work. Even if Heyman left Lesnar, you would still have Heyman building up the Brock Lesnar matches. There's really no point in having Lesnar talk. You know, if he does the one-liner every now and then, that's fine, but there's no need for Lesnar to go out there and talk on a regular basis. He's one of those few guys that doesn't need it. Even without Heyman, it's what Lesnar does in the ring that really tells the story and gets the point across. Got this one here from Chris. What are the chances of Braun Strowman beating Brock Lesnar for the title and then having Finn Balor versus Braun at SummerSlam for the title? I'm not sure if you're referring to SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Doesn't really matter. Will Braun Strowman beat Brock Lesnar? Like I said, I like the idea of Heyman turning on Lesnar and joining with Braun. Having Braun win the title from Lesnar, I think would really do a lot. It would make Braun Strowman's career. And I think if Strowman's momentum continues, then I would certainly consider doing that. I think it would be an amazing storyline. Now, what's going to happen at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view? I mean, at this point, that is when Lesnar's next title defense is scheduled. Will WWE do Strowman versus Lesnar at that pay-per-view and then set up a rematch? I mean, I could see Strowman and Lesnar having a series of matches. I'm not sure if we're ever going to see Strowman versus Finn Balor. I mean, Finn Balor should be getting his rematch for the Universal title, but my gut feeling is it's not going to happen anytime soon. Maybe sometime down the line. Maybe post Brock Lesnar, after Lesnar's WWE deal is done, we could see Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman. But the whole thing seems pretty ridiculous when Balor was the first Universal Champion and hasn't gotten his rematch. And for him to not get his rematch until next year would just be absolutely dumb. But then again, WWE has a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire coming up, so who knows what they're thinking at this point. This one comes from Mark. What the hell is the Great Balls of Fire? I understood Bad Blood is not appropriate for PG, but balls? Thoughts, Aaron the Great? That has got to be one of the worst pay-per-view names that WWE has ever come up with. It's right up there with Capital Punishment and The Bash and Fastlane. What were they thinking with this one? I have no idea. I cannot tell you what WWE marketing was thinking when they came up with this one. Great Balls of Fire. Not a fan of it at all, and I wonder if WWE will change the name now, because I did this poll on NoDQ.com and it's something like 85% give the name a thumbs down, and the general consensus across the internet sports entertainment community is that this is a terrible pay-per-view name. So I'm curious if WWE will change the name of the pay-per-view because of the negative reaction. But then again, does it really matter in this day and age? Nobody's paying $50 for this pay-per-view. It's part of the WWE Network package. WWE could call the pay-per-view whatever they want. They could call it My Little Pony, and people would still tune in because they're only paying $10 a month for it.